This is Running Water Farm Garden Update number 8. This is the corn episode. The corn episode! The corn episode! Garden Update number 8. It's the corn episode! It's the corn episode. Garden Update number 8. The episode you've all been waiting for! Children of the Corn. Garden Update part 8. Corn episode. Let's do this! The corn's really grown. We've gotten a little bit of rain. We're about chest high 3 weeks ago. Now we're going up to the sky, so let's show you what we've got going on. Man, take a look at this. Look how high this corn has gotten. Check it out. We've got some tassels way up there, probably about 10 feet up in the air. We're down here, down on planet Earth. That's where the pollen comes from. The dude pollen, way up there. Rain and pollen down. What happens is, it falls down. Can you see that, YouTube viewer? Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in. Can you see? Oh, look at that right there. Do you see all? It looks a little fuzzy. You know what that is? That's not fuzzy. That's pollen. So all it really takes is one male pollen, one little piece of male pollen coming down to the silk. So each one of those silks is tied into a kernel. So for every kernel on that ear, man, that's amazing. Check it out. Every kernel on the ear represents one silk from the top of the leaf. Here's one just starting to, look at that afro. Man, that's pretty slick. Pretty slick. Just a matter of time now. Like you saw, I mean, every single silk is absolutely covered in pollen, which means we are gonna get some awesome corn. I'm guessing, I don't know, 120 bushels an acre. Send in your guess. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments. Pollen meeting silk, that equals kernels. Kernels are good. We got corn, ladies and gentlemen. We got corn like nobody's business. Sky high. But hey, let's check something out. So here's all this corn. You're all amazed, I can tell. You're just blown away by all this organic corn. Not a drop of fertilizer. Nothing. All this is all natural. Corn planted straight in the ground. Just a little natural rain is all it took. And we've got 10-foot high corn. But let's see what happens when you try to transplant corn. So that's all field corn. Looking great. Here's the sweet corn patch right here. We first planted sweet corn and we tried to transplant it because we didn't get very much. We got about 50 plants. And man, look at that. What a sorry state. So this just goes to show that if you really want the good stuff, you got to plant directly in the ground. But, you know, it's not all for a loss. So let's say, well, I'm just determined to get some sweet corn anyway. So let's check out this ear. Let's see if we can, we'll zoom in on it. So even though that sweet corn looked pretty sad, we've got an ear there. And notice these silks, they're kind of turning brown. That means they've been pollinated. So here's the sweet corn ear. Let's check it out. Let's see what we got. All right, so here's the sweet corn. Let's see if this thing's worth eating, because I don't know, it looks a little questionable. That plant's looking a little sad. So we'll get the shucks off here. Check it out. You know, that's not half bad. Look at that. Even for that plant, pretty stressed out, didn't do real well overall. Probably could have gotten bigger kernels in the long run, but man, that looks pretty tasty. Well, you just saw our test patch. You saw we got some great corn going on. We got a little bit of sweet corn, not looking so great, but let's get to the main event. This is where we got our real corn patch back here. So we got the plow dialed in, we got the planter dialed in, and we came back here and put, I don't know, what would you say, about half an acre of corn. This is the GMO stuff, you know, pesticide proof. It's got some pesticide on it. It's got some herbicide on it. All that good stuff. This is the high dollar stuff. Man, it's about 270 bucks a sack. Over here, we've got some Hickory King, a mix of yellow and white. So Hickory King corn developed during the Civil War. No patents, heirloom, so you can replant these seeds year to year. And let's look at the difference here. This corn, I don't know, it's almost August. we're about thigh high. You know, it's growing. We got some taller stuff in the back. Looks pretty good. It's healthy. Man, it is healthy. I'll give you that. But let's turn around. Let's look at what we've got over here. This is the Hickory King right there. Little that's a classic, man. That's more classic than George Jones. And how tall is this corn? This corn's getting ready to put out tassels. I can see it's getting ready to put on some ears too. This looks good. This looks real good. But the proof in the pudding will be what yield do we get? How many ears per acre do we get out of that versus the other stuff? So this is my little scientific experiment. See, we'll just see who wins, because I'll tell you, if I had to pay maybe 20 bucks a bag versus 270 bucks a bag, if it's all the same in the end, I don't know. I'm no mathematician, but so this stuff is it's Roundup proof, you know, so you can spray for weeds. But I'm gonna make a little confession right now. This is a farmyard confessional. I haven't put any Roundup in any of this either plot. I've done a little bit of hoeing, but really not much. And you know, the corn just takes off a lot faster than the weeds and shades them out. So it really is an apples to apples comparison. No Roundup, no nothing. And here we got the same thing. This grew up a lot faster, so you can see between the rows. I'd say it looks a little bit better. You know, there really aren't too many weeds down through there. Mostly dirt. But anyway, we do have a little bit of an issue. If you come down here, come down to about the middle, we got some bugs. I'm not sure what it is. Haven't looked into it too much, but we are getting chewed by some bugs a little bit. So we'll see how that affects the final yield. So anyway, here are the 2 corn patches. We got the high dollar stuff, we got the cheap stuff. Scientifically somewhat impressive. Scientifically, well, there's no science there. That's just good old-fashioned corn. So we'll see how it goes. This was planted maybe about 3 weeks before the stuff you saw in the test patch. So like I say, this is probably, you know, 3 weeks behind. So we still got some growing to do, but only time will tell. We'll check it out. We'll update you in a few weeks. See how it goes. If you like what you see, if you want to see more, do me a huge favor. Hit that like button. Just do it. It's not that hard. How much time does it take? Half a second of your life? What does it do for me? It makes me feel good about myself. I don't have to cry into my cereal every morning and cry in the shower, cry on my way to work because I'm hating life. I love life. When you hit like, it makes me feel good about myself. Running Water Farmer, Garden Update number 8, the corn episode. Stay tuned for more.